Well, after delivering a strong and unified message to the world, 3 MP delegations are set to return to India, marking the final leg of the country's high-powered international outreach against terrorism. As we've been covering extensively over the past days, 32 nations were engaged by 7 teams and all carrying one clear mission: to expose Pakistan's fakery and reinforce India's zero-tolerance stance as far as terror is concerned. So from Japan and Singapore to Indonesia, South Korea and beyond, India's message has been echoed and acknowledged. No compromise on national security, no space for terror sympathizers, and the world has been told that India stands united in its resolve against cross-border terrorism. In fact, that resolve against cross-border terrorism is firm, bipartisan, and unshakable. My colleague Aishwarya has been tracking the latest for us. He joins us live at the moment. Aishwarya, let's begin with the MP delegations that are set to return. We're given to understand that Jay Panda's delegation has returned and 2 other delegations are set to be back home today.
Well, that's right. Just a few minutes back at the Indira Gandhi International Airport, it was Mr. Jay Panda's delegation who arrived from Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Kuwait and Bahrain. All these countries were very, very important as far as India's outreach and India's message of unity and how India is going to act against terrorism and how India has acted after Pahalgam terror attack and a successful Operation Sindoor was conducted by Indian Armed Forces. All of those were communicated very firmly by these delegations, which included leaders like Satnam Singh Sandhu, ambassadors, and they communicated with the Indian diaspora out there, with the foreign ministers, the counterparts over there, and a loud and clear message, and a successful one. In fact, what we've been told by many, that these MPs who have reached out to the global capitals, that has certainly, had a far outreach, and whatever if there is any further terrorist activity, then certainly it would be India who would be retaliating at its best. But what we've been told, at 2:30 p.m. today, it would be these delegations who will be meeting External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and would be telling them about how the entire tour and how these meetings went on, what was the outcome of it, and he will be apprised by that situation. We have been told, sources have indicated that it would be probably around 9th or 10th of June when Prime Minister Narendra Modi can meet all the MPs who are the part of these delegations after they return back to India.
Meanwhile, Aishwarya, it is an important week, right, for India's diplomacy, because an all-party delegation led by Shashi Tharoor will head to the US as part of the outreach of Operation Sindoor. And what makes this visit even more interesting is that a Pakistani delegation led by Bilawal Bhutto is also in the US at the same time.
Well, certainly, and they have seen those statements as well from US President Donald Trump, time and again stating that he was the one who mediated between India and Pakistan, and he stopped the nuclear possible war between these two countries. But it is the Indian side which had told the entire world loud and clear time and again that it was the bilateral understandings between India and Pakistan that led to the understanding for stoppage of any sort of exchange of fire between these two countries. Of course, Bilawal Bhutto-led delegation is there in the United States, and it's very important how the Indian delegation led by Shashi Tharoor will be communicating to the US counterparts. Of course, the entire schedule has come out. They will be reaching out to their counterparts there in the United States, as well as the Indian diaspora, the media over there. They will be giving them interviews and would be communicating that what India's stance is against terrorism, and if there is any terror activity on the Indian soil, then India will retaliate accordingly. This is a very, very important tour, and certainly they will be also heading back to India just within 3 to 4 days, and finally they would be giving all the outcomes, all the possible meetings that have taken place, and what has been done, and what sort of outcomes had come. That would be a prize to the Prime Minister, as we've been told, probably between 9th and 10th of June in Delhi.
As always, thanks so much for joining us with the entire lowdown.